about 25-minute mark in which Medusa has Manta, Butterfly, and you're just taking down the high ground. Mirana can build a Solar Crest. You can take Roche very early on as well. A lot of sustain coming from Kunkka. So maybe it's not even about the catch. Maybe it's just about playing the game fast enough and ending it before TB even comes online. So I think that's a good option for them. Good strat to try and execute.
We'll see what they've got for themselves as we get into it for game one of a very exciting day of Dota. Obviously, we already saw IG dispatching Aster.Aries earlier on today, but that was just a warm-up. You know, the teaser match before the real ones get going.
Yeah, the last two series of the day are, yeah, a little bit better, let's say, than that one.
One thing I wonder about this game, though, is are we going to be having any laning surprises you can envision? We've been seeing a lot of teams, when they started the tour, they'd start with the 3-hero stacking, try to get a quick early kill at the tri-lane, and then immediately revert back to dual lanes. But as time has gone on, that has been dropping off. Are we going to have any of that happen today?
I'm sorry, by the way, I was listening to you, but I was reading this Evo Plus's voice line. When did this come into the game? They call me Dirge because I'm undying. One more hit, I send you flying.
Avo reps, not just Avo plus.
Yeah, for sure. He's getting the pluses.
Are we going to add him to the band, bro?
Yeah, I think he needs to be added to the band. He deserves the spot. He can just have a cameo every now and then, you know, just some wild, drop some lines, go away.
I see. He'll be on the features, we see.
Hit us up, by the way, in Twitch chat.
AR got 3.
Yeah, hit us up with band names, but 3 for AR, yeah. And they hit them with
the lane starts. All right, do any of the band names, before the lane start, do any of them tickle your fancy? Any of them sound good?
I still don't have any. Like, I'll figure them out eventually.
So let's look at this game now. It's finally gotten started properly, this mid lane. The one thing about Kunkka is that although the hero can be somewhat lackluster throughout the game, his laning phase, always very, very good. I anticipate that being replicated here today.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to lanes, Kunkka should do fine on mid. Top lane, Silencer and TB, that's actually very scary for Planet and Doom. They have to be careful because of the amount of slow that hits you. Blood Grenade, Arcane Curse, Reflection. Suddenly you're being just brought down from nothing. Just the dots are killing you. And bot lane, like Medusa really likes to have a frontliner that can kind of, you know, defend you, and Undying is the best one. So I don't expect Chalice to be having an amazing game here. Maybe FY will be that hidden position 3 this game, you know. You see it.
So Chalice picked up the Spirit Breaker, but he's still playing past 4. Sorry, bro.
Doom.
The lane is just too rough. Doom is about to die top. One more right click from Lu, and they are able to claim it. I mean, I was about to talk about how level 2 is where this lane gets super scary up on top, but like you said, they have so many dots at level 1. They don't even need to pop the meta to get that kill.
Yeah, and that's the scariest part. The meta is still off cooldown. Like, he can use it at any given point now, and you already got the first blood. Usually how it goes is he uses meta, he kills you, then you come back into the lane, he doesn't have it. It's easier to play, but yeah, like now one extra wave is going to be free for Lu once he decides to use the meta. He can even wait for level 3, yeah.
You see this Medusa down bottom, right? I'm laughing at how much attention she's drawing from the side of Azure Ray, because that Terrorblade who got the first blood, he's queuing up Diffusal Blade. I have no doubt FY is going to buy Diffusal as well, and I imagine Somnus will do the same, so they might have 3 Diffusal Blades to deal with Shiro in this game.
A Diffusal Blade broken. Here's a call right now, nerf Diffusal Blade, buff Medusa, please.
Medusa too weak.
Medusa too weak, yeah. I'm not sure, like, is that a good thing, usually? If you're doing, like, 3 same items, you're probably going to be missing something on someone. Like the Wind Ranger, if FY goes for an early Diffusal, maybe that's not the greatest. Planet also dies. Yeah, he's just... Oof, this is good. If your Azure Ray top lane is just in a really good spot.
The only thing that they'll be happy about on the side of LGD is that Tianming doesn't yet have a point into the Glaives of Wisdom, so at least he's not stealing out all their intel just yet.
Yeah, he has to get that. Has to get that and rotate as soon as possible to Medusa lane. Make the snack lady very stupid.
I really hope they end up doing that this game. It'll be hilarious to watch.
I mean, you can't really count on getting these kills on her. At least not at the moment. She's already way too big. Just a magic wand and a branch. What the world we live in. Universal hero already benefiting so much from it.
She just feels good. Just doing snake lady things. Out on mid, NCS. These two are just gonna just play around each other, but I imagine that Somnus has to be the one that moves first, right? And that Kunka's gonna just respond to him when he can.
Yeah, it's much easier for Somnus to move, right? Like he's a faster hero to get around the map. Like unless it's some TP, in general, you can get the runes easier versus Nothing to Say. So you can rotate as well with Swashbuckle, with your Rolling Thunder. But this lane is also a bit scarier for Somnus because he can eat that combo. We talked about it. X marks the spot. Both once level 6 hits, Mirana can rotate in. New TB used meta on top lane, and this might be a dead Doom once again.
One more right click is all they need to get it. Tianming still doesn't have points into Glaive, but very happy to get a kill onto the Doom.
Yep.
And that was the meta used. That's also going to be able to clean up a wave. On the other side of the map, though, Chalice, we have another offlaner falling. Shiro also finding himself finally on the kill shots by bringing down the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, I have to say, this is one of those crazy games, crazy inverse games in which offlaners are actually suffering. Like your Spirit Breaker is dying on one side, your Doom is dying on the other. Usually you just expect these offlaners to be completely free farming. Mid lane, 3 heroes rotating in.
Kunkka. Exactly. They have some issues to try and keep this Kunkka alive. FY has Shackle Shot. It will latch perfectly, and that will enable them to kill off the Kunkka. To make it even better, Somnus is the one credited with the kill, and they drew Planet towards this mid lane, so he's not going to be available to help out Doom in the top side of the map anymore.
Wait. Planet, this is your casual position for assisting you mid. TPing when you're already dead, getting like 3 creep waves. while you're dead for like 20 seconds, just like face palming. What's sad about Nothing to Say is he tried to TP while that was happening, so he doesn't even have a TP. He needs to run back mid without boots.
Oh no.
He's fast though. Kunkka is a fast boy, so. What do you think? I'll ask you this though. I kind of have an opinion on it already, but Spirit Breaker or Doom, if you are going to lose a lane, with which one would you lose the lane rather?
Between Spirit Breaker and Doom, how hard am I losing? Am I getting dumpstered or am I just losing
like
lanes?
How they're losing right now.
Oh, I'd rather have the Doom, I guess, easier catch-up. Because in this situation, I've played these 3 Spirit Breakers, you just feel like you become a support after a while, if nothing changes soon.
Yeah, I kind of agree in general, but I feel that this new Spirit Breaker also comes online, just a Vanguard and mid lane again.
We'll have more rotations onto this Kunkka as he's been shackled up. The boat will ensure that he stays alive though. Rolling Thunder stalling him up once again. FY Tianming, they're trying to put in this damage, but they just don't have enough. And they are forced to get back. Maybe they could have tried with the Swashbuckle and the Orber Corrosion, but Somnus realizes if he does that, he probably dies for it. So rather let him go.
By the way, remember during the draft we were talking about how easy it is for Mirana to get Wisdom runes?
Yep.
Well, Planet takes one, denies the other.
What a player.
Sent the illusions. And now FY is going to be like, where's my room, bro? I'm level 3. Oh, no.
I need experience. It's denied, bro.
It's actually...
I was going to say that's actually a pretty big deal, right? Because they do need this experience, like, quite badly on the side of Azure Ray supports.
Yeah, FY was rotating quite a lot. One of those rotations worked out, but it was still like a 3-hero rotation. By the way, look at Nothing to Say. He's playing this so damn carefully. He's just X-marking himself to get a creep wave. Mid lane arrow. Oh, Somnus dodges it.
Nice little dodge. The rune does end up spawning bottom. Good little walk back to avoid the swashbuckle heading onto 2. And the Somnus indeed queuing up Diffusal Blade. Terrorblade. Okay, Terrorblade changed his mind. He's going to go for the D-Lance, it seemed it said.
Yeah, I really think this is a good decision from him. I think you need to tank up, and he's actually going down bottom. They want to kill this Medusa. Look at this. She doesn't have Stone Gaze.
She does not, and she's going to get Nether struck down right now. She's in a little bit of danger here. They're putting out this damage onto Shiro. The mana shield is gone, so the HP is about to follow. And Lou's going to be credited with the kill as well. Best case scenario, not only do you get that kill, but Liz, you get to stick around with meta, putting pressure on the tower as well. You might even get this in addition to the Medusa kill.
Why you smile? Mid lane. He might fall too.
Will he? Yeah, okay, he's dead, yeah. Somnus going to make sure that this happens. Even with the nerfs, the stuns, if you're caught in that position against the Pango, there's no way out.
Okay, Azure Ray is just making this look super damn clean. Even with, Spirit Breaker was suffering a little bit. FY was level 3. They still find the right rotation. And this rotation was so good because TB, most likely at this point, Doom is looking to doom him on top lane, right? And you get one Kunkka rotation, your TB is dead for sure. You can't save that. So really, really well played by them. I think
we've also been seeing this more, right? Like some other teams throwing their carry through the twin gate to try and gank the one on the other side.
No, if you have a big ult like Metamorphosis, I think it's such a good usage. He takes the tower, farms out the 2 waves, 2 creep camps as well around the outpost, and goes back top. And it just feels so damn good.
Good place to be as an AR player right now, and probably as an AR fan. As Why You Smile will at least get some D wards in their jungle. However, charge going to planet, this might lead into a small little engagement here. Chalice decides to cancel it though. He's like, it's too far away. I don't know who's around him. I don't want to take the chance.
Yeah, he doesn't have phase boots yet. Like they are just flying out to him. They smoke up instead, and they will try to connect on the Medusa. So that's the play. But Why You Smile? You know, it's a rough day at job if they catch him. But what can you do?
They're going to see him, but they really don't want him. Chalice might even leave him. Yeah, I think Chalice is telling them, don't bother, boys. There's a bigger target around here. Go hunting. Let's try to find something.
Oh, warded up. Medusa is in vision for FY. He knows.
Yeah, he knows, but they have no way to catch up to him, unfortunately. So the Medusa will be allowed to live. They just pick off Why You Smile just for some easy, free money into the back pocket.
But look at this twin gate. Straight towards top. Because they know this Doom wants to be pressuring the tower. Nothing to say has rotated in as well. And you have Global.
Let's see what they can do with this here. FY gonna look for an angle with the shackle shot. He leads it off, finds it onto New. Swashbuckle will be there as well. Somnus triggers out the Rolling Thunder after the Global. And they bring in Chalice to ensure that this kill happens. No, Chalice is here to charge NTS. Does he have the Nether Strike? Yes, he does. Rolling Thunder is still online. Swashbuckle catches up to this Kunkka. A Tombstone gets dropped down. They want to save this Pirate as much as they can. The Soul Rip will be there. And FY cleans them up with the power shot. Why You Smile? He came in to provide reinforcements. But all he's going to be providing is some desserts for Azure Ray as they get a double kill for FY. 3 heroes brought down. They are making this look clean as a whistle, like you said, Liz. Winning and dominating game 1.
Yeah, this is like it feels like they've been playing this map for like a year at least. How crisp and clean their movements are. It's like, okay, we don't get the Medusa instantly into the twin gate. Our top tier 1 is still up. We can defend it. It's like, I'm not sure if everything is just lining up for them or if it's conscious decisions or if it's both, right? Because sometimes in Dota, you're making moves and then another opportunity presents itself and another, and it's just a link of events, right? But here, they're just playing way too well.
Yeah. I think it also comes down to what you were mentioning in the draft. The ease of execution for them relative to LGD, much easier. LGD will at least find Chalice. Okay, that's some commitment onto the Doom.
I think you have to. Like, if you don't Doom him, this is a Spirit Breaker with the Vanguard, with Bulldoze. He might just get away, and you can't make that chance anymore. You had 1 kill versus 10 at that point.
Jeez. They're going to still end up losing the tier 1 tower middle. And for me, the frustrating thing about that kill is, I guess it's nice to be able to bring down Chalice, but doesn't get them that much more on the map. The tier 1 tower top should fall soon, but we're probably going to get that anyway.
Yeah, Tianming, by the way, already with the Pavis on that silencer.
So that's actually a good time to talk about these items here, Liz, because it turns out that Lu is only stalling for the diffusal blade. He's going back for it. After the D-Lance, he's bought 2 of the components. FY's already finished building it pretty much. The same is true for Somnus. So they really are going to be playing with 3 diffusal blades into the Medusa.
I guess I don't mind it as the second item. That's okay. Delays the Manta a little bit, but sure, why not? But as the first one, I don't know, puts you in a weird spot in which you get more from D-Lance. Like, your farming is better, you're a bit tankier. It's quicker to get, I believe, as well. Let me check that. I think it is. Diffusal 2.5k, Dragonlance 1.9k. Yeah, it's quicker as well. Gives you the range.
Yeah.
Planet is charged.
No, Planet's not charged. Planet is super dead. And will he... Oh my god, what a time to be alive, but also what a time to be dead. I think he knew he was being charged. He's like, let me try some really sick play, but he's going to end up dead. Bottom. We do have an X-Marks going out onto FY, and the Wind Ranger will also end up taking a tumble.
Yeah, he tried to solo Why You Smile. It wasn't that great. I think it was a valiant attempt to defend this ward that they planted in smoke. It's a really good ward, giving them a ton of vision on Medusa and what she's up to. So far, Chalice, yeah, he's just being annoying Spirit Cow, getting that Shadow Blade. His contribution to the fights has been significant so far, considering the state of his lane. And they are getting these diffusals. FY has his, Somnus has his. I think that's enough. Like, the 2 diffusals are enough. Nothing to say.
They have all 3. The third one's also arriving right now. So they might make something happen. Down bottom. They do have some vision onto NTS here. And this Kunkka being charged in, there's no way he survives here. Also doesn't have access to the boat, has no way out of this. Arrow tried to help him, but it's just going to thread the needle. He will end up dead. And still, Tianming has no Slaves of Wisdom, so he gets to keep all the intel. Feels good.
Yeah, and they're gonna go for this tier 2 instead. Tier 1 on the mid lane, perhaps, will be the response. But how do you go through the Spirit Cow? How do you go through good old Barra term?
Baratrom. I'm starting to come around to your way of thinking that Barra might actually be better off in these circumstances than the Doom. Because Doom, like, buys Midas, and you spend all that time still, like, just farming back, right? And your only contribution to fights feels like just the ultimate. But Chalice, even though he got dumpstered, doesn't need that much network to be an important attribute in the fights.
Yeah, look, I completely agree with you as well. It's Dota isn't black or white. It's very relative. Like, if Azure Ray wasn't finding these connections, wasn't finding these pickoffs, then Doom would feel better because he's getting more out of the map. Spirit Breaker doesn't farm well, right? But or at least he didn't used to farm well. You can farm a bit now with charge. But because the connections are happening, because all the kills are happening, Spirit Breaker, at least for now, feels better. We've been talking, by the way, a lot about Azure Ray. I've neglected LGD. I'll be called biased by chat, so looking at these items, what's happening? Shiro has a Manta going towards Butterfly. Nothing to say. Is charged, though, with his Blade Mail.
They stopped it to stop over for Why You Smile instead, though, inside the jungle. So I think during the charge, Chalice is like, I can't go all the way to the Pirates, or we can just get the freebie on the Undying. One thing that also sucks about this game is I think we're seeing the relative difference between Somnus and NTS with the heroes they're playing. This Kunkka had a decent time in the lanes, but has really struggled to make anything happen since then. There was that one connection to the top side of the map.
I just have to say, I just have to say that it's the difference in the heroes as well. Like, it's just not an easy game for Kunkka. He's already X-marking himself to 17 minutes in. Like, if 17 minutes in, if you're X-marking yourself to farm, it doesn't feel that great. But, like, all things considered and said, the advantage of Azure Ray is almost none, like, non-existent. 1k ahead. Yeah. And the game feels much, much better for them. Planet.
Free kill on Planet top lane, though.
Maybe not.
So that's going to be nice for Chalice. Oh, Planet. Planet. Oh, my God. Planet with the outplay? Planet with the outplay?
Oh, the bash. Come on.
Of course it was going to be a first hit bash in that situation. 17% my ass, man.
The way the dust just settles around Mirana as she dies there.
But you're right, though. Like, they actually don't have that much of a lead, and Shiro is still getting obscene amounts of farm on this Medusa. And the fact is, yes, there are 3 diffusal blades, but the enemy team has had to buy 3 diffusal blades to try and deal with this. Mid lane, Chalice thought about getting a full charge onto New, but changes his mind after connecting onto him normally.
Shiro, he will see Chalice because of the sentry.
Does have Stone Gaze, though. He has Stone Gaze and he has Manta. I don't think this is an easy kill for them.
And 3k gold on top of that, so if he wants to, Eagle's Song can be purchased by him. Yeah, so what's the problem? They're making a ton of these rotations, they're running across the map, but Medusa just did not leave the triangle. So all the rotations did not happen on the Medusa. She was farming quite a lot. You also have Doom, but even though if he dies, he still has the Midas, he still has the Bower to work with. He's getting that Crimson Guard, oh god, it's already. Nothing to say, probably the one that suffered the hardest. He's actually below Spirit Breaker in net worth. He's been the one picked off a couple of times too. And this rush, even though they've smoked up, maybe they can get FY, but that's about it.
Even then, I'm not 100% sure. They didn't have clean vision on top of him. So FY will actually be allowed to live here.
Bad dodge.
Roche about to fall. And they realize that we are playing on completely the wrong side of the map. Still, though, while this is happening, the thing that you were mentioning still holds true. Whilst they're making some of these moves, Shiro is by himself farming the triangle, getting bigger and bigger, almost has the full butterfly complete. And we're quite some distance from a MKB emerging on the side of Azure Ray just yet.
Yeah, you don't have an MKB on anyone, you don't have Maelstrom or anything that procs through the butterflies, so Medusa should feel pretty damn strong in these next fights. Like when it comes to the amount of magical damage, it's also kind of limited from Azure Ray, so we'll see. Medusa with the specialist array.
That feels nice for her.
It's an interesting one, yeah. It's a discount Medusa on top of Medusa. Get another hit.
Cheap Medusa.
I think he's gonna... Yeah.
He's super dead.
Yep.
Sadly, they didn't send the Morana to try and make that move, so no wait for Y-Smile to get out of that situation when FY is there.
I feel like you...
FY has just been a bully to these supports, dude. He's just been hanging out here, constantly killing them or forcing them to go home.
It's a really good game for him so far. Even in this rotation that just happened, the smoke that happened on bot. Wait a minute, nothing to say. Top lane, will he get charged?
Nether Strike is ready. They got him. He's dead. Global Silence will also be thrown out just to cover this. They popped the Blade Mail on NTS, hoping he can stay alive, but sadly, there's too much disable between Chalice and Somnus, and our Kunkka will end up dead. Somnus also steals a Wisdom Rune on the way out. So not only killing the Medusa, but mugging the supports while he's doing it.
I love how it's PTP, right? He's the observer. I love how he's looking at Nether Strike and thinking like, what the hell was that range? That's Nether Strike for you. It usually feels that way. I don't know why, but it's like it has more range than it says at times.
It's one of the few spells that doesn't lose tracking, right?
Yeah.
After you cast it.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can keep on running. You're gonna get Nether Struck anyway. Oh, that's gonna be our first song, by the way. Nether Struck.
Nether Struck. Ooh, that's fire. I like that. Nether Struck. And as you're listening to it, a random cow comes out of nowhere and jumps on your head. I like it.
We're gonna have a lot of cowbell in it as well. You know, just to add as much cowbell as possible. Anyway, Pangolier that we were just watching, Somnus with the Octarine core, a very rich boy right now, actually keeping up with the TB that's been farming this whole time. 12k net worth on both of them, still below Medusa, but you'd probably rather have 2 or 3 cores farmed very well than just a Medusa. I mean, Doom is also farming, he's getting his items, but it's a Doom, he's supposed to, and this might be the first move. Are they gonna smoke or not?
Let's see what they decide to do. The Tormentor is being taken right now by Azure Ray.
FY,
FY. Aww. Sad. We're not going to have a kill today on a support trying to take down a Tormentor.
Yeah, but
that does mean FY is not available for the fight.
Exactly. There's TB on mid. You could possibly kill him twice. There's no global for 10 more seconds. Do they want to engage him?
Here. They saw him. It's the daytime, so they had the vision, but they're a little bit skittish about making that jump. They feel like a Terrorblade with 2 lives, maybe not the customer they want first and foremost.
You know, okay, so they they were like, you see that girl, I'm gonna approach her. You know, you get up, you start moving, and then in the middle of the way, you're like, you know, like,
she's too hot, bro. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. She has a boyfriend for sure, you know. Like.
That was exactly what happened. Because they saw him, you know, standing alone on the dance floor. They're like, oh, let's go holler. But nah, it's got chickened out. Now you have to buy booze for the rest of the night. Feels bad.
Well, they have to find another opportunity, and maybe a better opportunity will arise when TB loses his Aegis.
This Doom is about to get Guardian Greaves as well. Do like that they're trying to increase their sustain output. Between the Doom and the Undying, it is starting to feel a bit problematic. Between Doom, Undying, and Coco Rum, I am worried about how much sustain they have to punch through on LGD just to kill anybody on that lineup.
Yeah, they're just putting everything into Medusa, I guess, at this point. Like, Kunkka has a Shadow Blade moving towards crit.
Is he actually going to be able to get this kill? They popped a global for this. They really want this Doom, and they should be able to find him. Rolling Thunder holds him in position. The Shackle Shot will be there to interrupt, and they do get the heads-up kill.
Yep. Still no intelligence stolen from the Silencer. He just leveled up the Glaives of Wisdom. I guess he wasn't in range for that last one. But without Global, I'm not sure if this is a fight for them. They lost the Aegis.
Real talk, Tianming has been involved in 12 kills. 24 int is no small feat. Just the value point early into Glaives could have been very interesting at this point.
Yeah, he'd get some base magic resistance, I guess. But, yeah, overall... Oh, he wouldn't wait, would he? Has that been changed? Let me check.
Yeah, you get magic resist from int, yeah.
Yeah, but overall, yeah, like... I'm not sure, they're not getting... Like, this last fight just hit me. Okay, you are getting these kills, but every time for a kill you have to use Global. What happens when they start actually getting items that are mitigating that? So your Yules, your BKB, your Greaves, and they're all kind of slowly coming together. Planet has Yules. Doom is going to have Greaves very soon. Medusa just finished off the BKB. I think you're ready. You should be fighting now if you're LGD. And they do smoke up.
They caught the same memo, and they're gonna smoke heading through this mid lane. Chalice, the only person that's made his presence known there. Wonder if they're gonna yet again go in towards this ancient triangle.
There's no way they don't know.
They really are looking for someone.
Look at bot. Yeah. Look at bot's snare. Like, it's being pushed in by the illusions. No one is defending. Your tower is falling. You have to glyph even. Like, this smoke is the most obvious smoke that I have seen in a while from these two teams. Like, look at TB. He's even on the high ground. He's like, yeah, boys, like, this just isn't gonna happen. Spirit Breaker,
At least maybe gonna find a quick kill onto Spirit Breaker. They use him up on the other side of the map, catch him out, doom him up even.
Oh, Global.
And this was Global pop for this. I don't know about that one, Tianming. He maybe thought Spirit Breaker could charge out, but it came after the Doom, so there's no way to save his life. That's a pretty big deal here, Liz.
Yeah, that's a big waste, I suppose, on the Silence, but nothing to say is caught bottom, so... But is this a kill? I don't think so.
No way, dude.
Too big.
No way. There's a reason he's not even buying BKB or anything like that, because he knows that at this point, if I can just drop the Ghost Ship and have Blade Mail, them killing me is going to require so many resources that it probably becomes worth it anyway for my team.
Yeah, I guess it's an option. Usually you do like to have it versus Global, right? Versus Pango as well. BKB feels pretty damn good, but he just wants to get as tanky as possible. As much use of his hero as possible without a lot of gold. Like, he's just not really farmed that well. So BKB maybe feels a little bit greedy for him even.
We do not finally have a smoke coming in from the side of Azure Ray. They haven't been able to clock its movement from LGD just yet, but they are starting to realize that something is afoot. They're attempting to bound to retreat. Nether Strike wasn't able to connect just yet onto Planet. He's trying to TP out in the trees, and of course he can't make it because there's a Barathrum nearby. But everybody else does. They all flee the area. And a smoke gank that only connects onto the planet Mirana, we will take that all day, every day as LGD.
Yeah, and they're also lucky with Rush respawn. It's not going to... I mean, LGD is lucky, I suppose, because it's not instant. So this Mirana kill will not lead into a Rush.
Terrorblade, Lou? There's no Doom, I know, but... Whew, don't do that to us, fam. Has to pop BKB just to survive that.
Just little things, you know. I think that's one of those plays that you do because you're expecting them to move out of the area already. They lost the Mirana, all of your team is kind of around, so you're expecting them to have fallen back. But look at the smoke. 30 seconds for Rush. They might even scout it. They might be in the pit if they don't leave the area. Let's see. Will they?
Oh no, they're so unlucky. They were about to actually have their smoke popped and then have awareness that at least there's a silencer nearby. It's not going to end up happening.
Yeah, they're not going to be that
Initially,
lucky.
I thought they were smoking to try to chase Terrorblade. I thought they were going to be like, well, Lou doesn't have BKB, but Lou very wisely left the area completely.
He will have an MKB, perhaps. Not necessarily for the next fight, because Rush has already respawned. Whew. Okay. Is there a charge on someone or is... Oh, okay, it's on planet. This is really good. It's giving them info. They smoke up, they're running top.
They left the high ground area, so they can't see this coming. Global silence will emerge right now. Planet got stunned up. Nether Strike won't connect thanks to the Yule Scepter. But with the emergence of FY, they're still going to try and stall up this fight.
Oh, this is...
None of the cores are here, though, from Azure Ray.
Even when they come, it's going to be hard because there's this tombstone in the pit, Medusa inside. Like, how exactly do you fight? Pangolier has to be the one.
Let's find out what they do here, Liz. They go in with the Rolling Thunder. BKB popped by the Medusa. They are trying to bring down this Undying at the very least, but he is still going to be alive. Doom now thrown in. It goes onto the Terrorblade of Lou, so he can't approach the fight either. Shiro shows up with the Stone Gaze.
Arrow.
And this fight is breaking into multiple directions. They've got Tian Ming on the north, but they've got TB on the south, and they'll kill him off. Both of them die with... There's a buyback though from Lou. Chalice stunned up as soon as he comes down from the Yule Scepter, and he should die to the Arrow of Planet. FY, beautiful shackle shot onto the Medusa and Undying.
No
but he's
damage.
losing so much HP. They don't have damage on this Wind Ranger, so she's going to end up dead as soon as the Wind Ranger elapses. And no more Wind Run to protect
Shiro,
her.
he's
Somnus though
charged.
trying, misses with the swashbuckle. Chalice will get a full charge onto Shiro, killing off the Medusa. And Lou made his presence known with the BKB Metamorphosis, raining down damage. And Azure Ray, they lost their heroes initially, but they were happy to buy back, and it secures them the fight and potentially the Aegis as well.
Yeah, they have to go
as
bottom.
the Roshan has moved downstairs.
They have to go bottom. But what a crazy fight. Like, everything from Azure Ray, like, yeah, they're using these buybacks and stuff, but you can see that the fight is just not going to be easy for them. You're going into a Medusa with Stone Gaze, with the Tombstone right next to her. You're bound to take some losses here. The arrow, that one that you just saw from Planet, actually connects on the TB, makes sure that he's dead. He wasn't able to get away with that Doom, even though he wasn't really chased by anyone but the Medusa. A good fight, seemingly, for PSG.LGD. FY, I was saying no damage. Yeah, no damage, but he's taken down all the mana from Shiro. There's more than plenty of his damage. And then the charge, in the end, from Shiro. That's really well executed by Azure Ray, I would say, in the end, even though they had to commit a couple of buybacks. But I am scared a tiny bit for them. Like, you were initiating on the low ground where Rush Pit is, right? And you still couldn't take a clean fight. Like, what happens when you try to breach the high ground? You're going to have to get like 2-3 pickoffs before that, and you don't have buybacks, so you might shy away from it. This Medusa is going to keep on free farming, I feel like, for a couple of extra minutes now.
It's pretty much what you said earlier on, that what starts to happen when Azure Ray do not have the global for the fight, and they popped global earlier on, so they didn't have it for the second round of the actual engagement, made a huge difference for their team fight prospects. They're still smoked up right now as 3. I don't know about this one, Liz. This one feels a bit optimistic on the side of Azure Ray, based on what the last fight happened.
They are charging in, and Kunkka is not around. Global is there. Oh, beautiful
Global
shackle.
silence. Beautiful shackle shot from FY, connecting onto 2 targets. Will enable them to kill off this Doom. How much else do they get out of this? That's pretty much just it.
Still pretty good, right? Like, he's a big-ass piñata. Like, you get a lot of gold from him. It's a nice little pick-off. I don't think it will lead to anything besides perhaps this tier 2 on the top lane. I still don't think that you can push high ground. But
If he's a Pinata, they should make it that when he dies, sweets come out of him. That would be nice.
I'd rather have gold, but sweets, yeah. Sweets are like Roshan's candy, Grievel's candy, or whatever it was called.
Yeah. How about golden sweets? Would that make it okay?
I think so, yeah.
Right.
Did you ever have a piñata? Did you ever like hit it and stuff? Were you one of those that
No.
misses it and hits someone else?
No, it wasn't really a thing in South Africa. Like, this was only a thing that you see in movies and whatever.
Yeah, same.
Because whenever, I remember once one of my friends suggested it, like, let's have a piñata. And we were like, why wouldn't we just eat the sweets directly? We don't need the piñata to do that.
That's also a fair point, yeah. Why go through all this trouble when I can just eat it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cut out the middleman. So let's see where's this game going. Lou has decided or opted against buying the MKB, swapped his mind out to go for a young Satanic instead. That's an intriguing option because nobody is buying MKB at all, unless FY. Okay, FY is going for it. All right. And it's like you said in the previous fight, FY by himself can actually do quite a lot of work to the Deucer. So it gets even better if he has MKB to increase the damage output.
Yeah, there's Pango as well, right? Like he has this Octarine, he's going to be finishing off the Aghanims in 100 gold, which is after this creep wave, more or less. So he'll be the one contributing, I suppose, too.
NTS still trying to build into this Hex, saved up quite a lot of money on this Conquer.
Yeah, they are getting...
Also, he's been playing this whole game with X marks back just so far. What a player.
Yeah. I mean, that's usually not a great thing, right? Like, you don't feel that good. Like, if you're playing with X marks the spot to farm a creep wave from minute 15. Tier 3 token on him as well. Not decided what to get yet. But, so what are the positives for LGD? Still only 2k behind, even though the map control is not in their favor. They are having multiple ways of dealing with the global now. You have the Manta on Medusa, you have the BKB. On other heroes, you have Greaves, you have Yules on Planet. All nice things for the next fights. Doom is becoming really damn big as well.
Once the Doom gets his Shiva's Guard, suddenly the Pinata can start hitting back, making life more complicated for Azure Ray.
Yeah.
That being said, AR still in the lead for now. They still have this Aegis for another 30 seconds. No tier 2s for them to claim. So they're actually going to smoke up right now.
NTS?
They got a ping onto NTS. He's being charged by Chalice. Chalice catches him. Chalice should have the Nether Strike, and they global silence to cover this as well. But this is not an easy person to kill. Doom jumps in to cover this by getting the Doom ultimate out on Lou, forcing the Terrorblade to have to retreat from this fight. Shiro came out as well with the Stone Gaze. They catch up to the Terrorblade. They really want the CB kill. TB, his Aegis is just ending, so he's dead for real. 95 seconds, no buyback. That's a dieback on the TB. How insane was this, Lizard? Perfect timing from LGD to get that kill.
Just absolutely insane fight from them. And Shiro making his level 10 talent look incredible. Like that. Plus 15% movement slow, just helping them out to catch up just a little bit. Moving in together with the Stone Gaze, just pops that Stone Gaze, runs straight in front of the TV before he could Sunder. And after the Aegis has been reclaimed, they kill him off. Very nicely done. Like, very nice response. And they don't even lose Kunkka, right? Like, in the end, he didn't die.
Nice, fine. He's chilled. I would love to see a replay of that because I think it was literally half a second before Aegis expired and then they killed him. Why smile? No Aegis for you, my friend, so you should probably just die heads up.
Maybe
we'll
you
make
as well.
them take a little bit of time, and now the charge goes in onto New. This Doom is going to be in some danger and should also take a tumble.
FY is like,
okay.
FY is like, hold my beer, I'm going to carry this.
FY, God. He actually has been phenomenal in this game. Some incredible shackle shots. His target positioning and his target prioritization has been so good in all of these engagements.
Yeah, and they are getting multiple Lincolns now, Spheres on Azure Ray. So you have one on Chalice, FY is buying another one. you'll get to double it up or just spam it on TB so he doesn't get doomed anymore. It's like Lu got doomed before he, I think, even popped Manta or Conjure Image. Yeah, right? So he was like, he just popped Manta and that's it. So he couldn't even turn and fight.
Really could not do anything. They definitely need this Aghanim Scepter to start being built for the Doom now, given how important he's going to be to deal with this Terrorblade. It's the only way to play past all these Lincolns.
Or a refresher, but and he has to count on his teammates to actually help him out, right?
Yeah.
Like someone needs to break those. By the way, Lincolns on PSG.LGD wouldn't be that bad as well. Is anyone buying it? No one is getting it. You are playing versus Spirit Breaker, like it's one of the better items, if not the best item later on against him.
PSG.LGD, despite everything that's been happening, they still have a high ground to play with. They're not that far behind in gold, and they still command the most farmed hero on the map in the form of Shiro. Wants a Lincoln Sphere of his own for the Medusa, so at that point she can't get charged with Netherstruck, and she is just insane from a stats and damage output perspective.
Yeah, I just love that they've, like, these two teams are basically battling different strats, right? Like the battle of the wits, basically. On one side, you have this Medusa strat. You let Azure Ray control the game completely, but you're still farming fast enough. You still have the late game. You're going all in on the Medusa. Meanwhile, Azure Ray just trying to dominate the map, get as many pickoffs as possible. But they're reaching that part in which pickoffs aren't as easy any longer. Like Spirit Breaker really has to, like, think twice before he charges in too deep.
Azure Ray are doing a very good job of controlling the space that LGD can play. I think LGD has been doing this 4 heroes behind Dusa while she sweeps the waves for the last like 90 seconds. There's not much else they can accomplish, but they're going to smoke up now. They finally feel strong enough to try and go for something. They don't have clear vision, though. That's the real problematic part about all of this. The last time out, the smoke was very well telegraphed. I think a similar thing is going to happen here. Diaside did scan right behind them, but I still think they have an awareness of where these heroes are.
It's kind of difficult for Shiro and the boys, but they have warded this cliff up. They're just sticking behind it. If they manage to bait the fight here, it would be much simpler for them.
Dude, are they going to steal Roche?
Can they do it fast enough? I feel like not...
They have a solo crest.
Yeah, I feel like not stealing the Roche, but waiting on this cliff would be good because of the Terrorblade illusions. They're going to scout you out. Okay, never mind. They're going in. They are committed now. They use the Tombstone.
Okay. Tombstone has been popped. But the Terrorblade illusion gave them vision for the charge from Chalice, so it goes directly onto the Medusa. So Rolling Thunder from Somnus inside the pit itself. On the left-hand side of the fight, Nether Strike with some right clicks brings down Planet. This Medusa, she needs some help now. They get a Doom out onto FY. Global Silence has been popped by Tian Ming. They bring down the Undying, who's also forced to buy back. Shiro going on his BKB in the Stone Gaze, doing his utmost to try and bring down any of these AR cores, but they are fighting strong. Terrorblade comes in right now with the BKB in the meta, going in onto Shiro. Shiro has no mana. Shiro has no life. Shiro is dead. Planet, he bought back, but all he did was give Lu a Sunder target. So Lu's back up to full HP. They bring down New on the right-hand side of the pit as well. And the two bought back supports can only retreat, and Azure Ray still get themselves in Aegis to claim.
Chalice.
With the nice little Ags as well. And Chalice wants to make sure that Planet dies back. All right, let's see how many hits before Bash. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's fine. Nether Strike will be there, but the Bash will come out. And he does finally die.
And they lose Roche at the same time. That's another Aegis for Lu. He's gonna pick it up. He's got that Aghanims now as well to work with. Terror Wave to be utilized for the next fights. By the way, Shiro, he dies in the end. Yeah, sure, but this man, every single game that I'm watching, he's just growing and growing in my eyes as a player. It's what he was doing there was next level. Like, he's being hunted down by 3 heroes, and he's still managing in that fight around the pit to Manta dodge FY's Shackle Shot. At the same time that he's Manta dodging his Shackle Shot, he's dodging Pangolier's Rolling Thunder just by moving around. It's like some mini game that he's playing, you know, when you're awaiting all the spells coming at you. He was still making it work, but it just wasn't good enough because they've been set up on. You went into that pit, Terrorblade just sends the illusion, scouts you out, and then Somnus can just roll in and start things off very easily. They have vision on you. It's daylight. You're on the low ground. It's really not a good place to be.
Sadly for them, they can't take that Roche nearly fast enough. Get hard punished, and we get to see this fight again. Like you say, they had the perfect vision going out onto Shiro. I really feel bad also in this fight. I mean, I'm looking at where Lou is, right? And Lou spends quite a lot of time not actually dishing out direct damage. And that's a problem, I think, for LGD. The fact that they can lose a fight like this, Liz, without the big damage dealer from Azure Ray actually being there. He only shows up to clean up at the very end. So if it's going this rough before he arrives, once he gets here and feels comfortable to dish out the damage, there's no hope.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest issue maybe that LGD's lineup is facing right now. They went all in on this Medusa, and because of that, you don't really contribute a lot when it comes to damage with your other heroes, like perhaps a little bit by Kunkka and his Silver Edge, right? But he's not some Radiant, Silver Edge, Daedalus, BKB Kunkka. He's got Blade Mail and a Hex. Not a ton of control as well to be used besides the Doom, who does still not have that refresher. He's got Shiva to slow people down at least a bit, but it's nothing big really. Your itemization, like look at Planet itemization, like completely defensive, right? Like Yule's Halberd. Look at F-Wise on the other side. MKB Diffusal. Like which position 4 is going to dish out more damage? Of course it's going to be FY, right? Also,
MKB, Diffusal, BKB, Spill Prism, good times.
Also bottle given to him. You see how it is? Like this is what your true mid laners do. They give position for the bottle eventually. They don't sell it.
They look at him and say, hey, by the way, this guy's putting out all the hurt in the world. What if he gets like a double damage or something? If he gets double damage, he won't be able to solo Medusa, but I think Medusa will be very unhappy about how much he struggles against the Wind Ranger.
Yeah, and that Medusa realizes what time it is. Nothing to say, has an Uli, and Medusa, Shiro, he has something locked up in his inventory. So the next fight, at least, the damage should be there, theoretically, right? They should have enough.
I don't know. They don't have a crit even on this Medusa just yet. So the damage will be there, but
come on, man.
The main thing I'm concerned about is the speed of this damage.
Look at the build. Like, how is she not going to deal damage? Yeah, no crit. Okay, sure. But with that Rapier, I think they have reached a certain timing. What's unfortunate for them are the levels, right? Like, not a single hero with level 25. No big talents. Meanwhile, on the other side, is there anyone? Somnus 24 getting really close. Spirit Breaker, of course. Of course. Like, level 27. The highest level in the game, by the way.
In the whole game. I mean, he's been involved in 25 kills, so it makes sense.
Highest level in the whole damn game. Building Yules next.
What a player.
More
also sitting with the Tier 4 token. He's like, he needs neutral items, man. Those are for noobs.
Is there anything else that he can get, like, besides Yules? So you get bonus movement speed from, right, like, Shadow Blade, from Yasha and Kaya, from Yules. Now I'm wondering, is there some other item besides, okay, sure, 7% from Elven Tunic. He's basically TPing at this point. Like, he's TPing from one side of the map to the other.
Hey, looking at his movement speed, dude, it's so high. At some point, he was at 521 movement speed. Is this a Bloodseeker game? What is going on here?
Yeah, he's got that level 20 talent as well.
God.
Gives you some more movement speed as well. Like, it feels good to be the Spirit Breaker right now.
Yeah. Well, if Medusa's in Rapier territory, we are in pure nothing else but buyback matters territory. And let's take stock of them at the moment. Medusa, 2k away from hers. Kunkka, several minutes and some gold away. And the supports, of course, died back prior. But they'll have the cooldowns back not too long from now. And I don't think Azure Ray will want to come up the hill at least until the next Aegis. So you probably will have all your buybacks available for LGD by then. Also, look at the Medusa. She swapped out. Instead of finishing the Rapier, went for the Daedalus first. And then still has the Rapier in the inventory, though, ready to pop if needed.
There's the crit. Shiro heard you.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
You and Snare and Shiro on the same wavelength.
You're looking at the next honorary member of our band.
I thought you were gonna say next member of LGD, Coach Snare.
No. I mean, they want to go to TI, right? If they don't want to go to TI, yeah, sure, I'd do it. I'd be happy to.
Dude, Slacks got second at TI. I'm sure you can be as good as Slacks as a coach.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, Slacks did get second at TI. So 38k gold lead. We've been seeing more of these together, Liz, where one team has this absurdly high net worth lead, but just being very considered and slow about actually ending out the game.
Because pushing high ground is difficult for them, and they know that they need a pick-off before that happens. Meanwhile, LGD, they know that if they leave the base, they're dead. Basically, how do you survive? There's a Spirit Breaker. He will literally be on your ass in a second. So Doom and Mirana are trying to do some cover tops on top lane, but what Azure Ray should probably do is put one of these wards on the cliff up top, just to make sure this isn't happening. And if you see someone moving out, you just charge them. I see a lot of teams actually do it later on in the game, but instead they have one on the bottom. You see the bottom obs ward. If they could symmetrically just put one on the other side.
And they're playing around this area. Roche is going to be potentially spawning within the next 10 seconds. For now, another scary thing is, you mentioned earlier at the beginning of the game when Planet was denying Wisdom Runes. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, because since then, most of the runes has been stolen by Azure Ray. So top lane, we actually see Azure Ray having Lu pop the ultimate, and Global is going to be there as well. They're going on to New here. This Doom shouldn't be able to escape. Unfortunately, the charge will come in, it'll catch him, and he will die. No BKB means he couldn't do anything against the Terror Wave, can't TP out, and can just get killed off.
Yes, it was sad because Terror Wave just moves him out, right? Like, can't TP away. Doom doesn't have a BKB. That's 60 seconds without him. Is it the greatest kill? I guess not, right? Like, it won't lead into anything big. You feel good about killing him, but you're gonna take this rush anyway, I feel like. Shiro's career, by the way. Did it have anything? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so, no. He was trying to send it to buy the first Hyperstone.
Yeah, instead, he's gonna have to do it on his own. Does have ninja gear at least, so that's very helpful. Unless he gets charged. He scouted Chalice.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Chalice.
Okay, Chalice saw him at the very end. Whew. And he also fully poured out for the moonshot, so if he died there, he would not have had buyback.
That could have been game. Like, that literally could have been game. He was so close. Also, Spirit Breaker does have ways of breaking his TP. He has a Wind Waker, so he'd get broken very, very quickly. Or bashed, of course. Pangolier, level 26, minus 18 seconds rolling Thunder cooldown.
Nice. Honestly, though, I'm kind of surprised that he got that. I thought he was going to get the cooldown on the Swashbuckle. Because when you have Ags and you get that cooldown, then you have like this 3-second Swashbuckle, and you still have Shield Crash. Speaking of, he's going to reveal said spell onto Planet.
I love the rolling Thunder and the wave. It's like they absolutely are aware that they're in full control. 50k ahead. Okay, Azure Ray, it's time.
No, it's not, bro. We still need Roche. By the time we get Roche, I might be close to my next item. I might as well finish that item.
I think
just take it easy, fam.
From Tianming, this is the biggest flex ever as a support, just putting that gem in the pit. He's like, yeah, I don't care. I just want to see when Roche respawns. No one's going to steal it.
Tianming has been a boss throughout this game. Very quietly having a very good game. Only 2 deaths to his name. To be fair, very few deaths in general on the side of Azure Ray.
Yeah.
But been positioned very, very well at the back of the fight. And outside of like 1 or 2 occasions, every single global silence has been perfect.
They're going to get Ags now for Mr. FY. probably for him, right? Like he should be getting it.
Surely, yeah.
Yep.
He does indeed get it. Even better win run. All right, good luck, LGD. Now you have to deal with this. Now you know for a fact this push is coming. Chalice already setting up on the top side of the map by keeping this wave constantly pushed out.
No PTP. We're not giving the axe to Silencer. Stop it with your core Silencer dreams.
One day, bro. One day.
Last word mutes. Oh, he wanted the AoE last word with the last word mutes talent. He's cooking. He's cooking. He's cooking something here. But yeah, instead they give it to FY. He's been doing way too much.
I suppose if the game lasts that long, the next one can go towards him.
Does the last word mute on impact or after it? I wonder.
After the thing actually triggers, like once it does the thing.
Okay, so okay, it's still good, I guess, but not as broken as it could be. Imagine.
Oh my god, if it did it on impact, holy shit! It
AoE mute in 1 second on a
AoE Doom, bro. Kunkka, woo! Down bottom, they try to reach in onto nothing to say, grab him in between the intervals of X marks back, but they miss, and they pop global for this one. And Tianling does not have a refresher, so they will have to wait the full 80 seconds, Lizard. 80 whole seconds without global.
Yeah. How are they ever gonna survive through this? They will never recover. By the way, why not? Make level 25 talents even more broken. Just make the game as crazy as possible. You know, it doesn't. At this point, just make it sudden death. You know, have you ever played Worms? Like Worms?
Oh yeah. I remember Worms.
You remember sudden death? Everyone is on 1 HP, and it's like some.
Did you ever have people cheese you out where they come kill you with the finger poke?
Of course.
Just because they can.
I'm the finger poker as well. Just poke you over the cliff.
Yep.
Or baseball bat. Baseball bat was amazing. Who's getting the baseball bat here? Spirit Breaker, I guess. He's almost level 30.
Oh, of course he gets a baseball bat. He's the only one that can carry it well as well. With one hand, he can carry it.
He has the posture too. Like.
Under these conditions, it feels like LGD might need a holy hand grenade to come back in a game like this. 59k net worth lead for AR.
Holy hand grenade.
So at least on the bright side, most of the heroes have gotten buyback. All that's remaining is Kunkka to have his and Medusa. However, it's a lot of gold for both of these heroes to have these buybacks ready.
Charge.
Chalice. Charging in onto Why You Smile. Nether Strike will be there. They popped the global silence, but they haven't actually been able to kill off this Undying just yet. Somnus really wants him, and we'll find him with the Rolling Thunder. Chalice charging in again. We'll get Infernal Plated for his efforts, though, as Lu coming forward with the Terror Wave, buying space and time, but losing a lot of health here. Shiro has just assembled a full Rapier, so really laying into these AR heroes. Will only be able to kill Tianming, though. And now that there's no more Stone Gaze, they might still go back in. Look at this damage, though, that's coming in from the Medusa. They have to retreat away. Planet will be able to stay alive. Luna, BKB popped. He's trying to rain down damage onto New. Will be able to do it, but loses his own life in the process. Pangolier, swashbuckle forward, but he needs to watch himself because this Medusa is doing the most. Lu has found himself doomed up by New. Buybacks coming in from AR. Can they get the Terror Plate out of this base? He's in the air right now. We need to save him. Chalice did his best, but Chalice just has to deny him. No other option. Somnus in the meantime running interruption on the back end of the fight will be able to mop up the Undying. They want more out of this though, as FY going in onto the Medusa. FY by himself killing Medusa. The Rapier is now on the deck. Will they be able to recover it? Where did it go? Right now Medusa has brought back. She wants to lay in the damage herself. They're trying to escape this base on AR with what they have remaining. The real carry of the game, FY, is sitting with the Rapier, so they have to watch out on the Medusa. Second global silence comes out for this fight. FY
Shiro's
going
dead.
in, found the shackle shot onto the Medusa, and Medusa's dead. Shiro goes down without buyback. New will follow him. And with everybody dead, no more options remain. GG, well played is called. Azure Ray take game number 1 in exciting fashion at 66.